Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade.
Would you be so kind as to tell me what you know about the Bridge Alliance?
With pleasure. A legate needs to know the history and strengths of his allies. The alliance was sealed by several nations of the Bridge around 200 years ago. The greatest of our cities, Al-Sad, became the capital, and a council formed from the different nations now rules. This union was originally put into place to better resist the appetites for conquering our neighbors. But our ancestors quickly realized that the Union had also strengthened us economically and culturally. And of course, exchanges in knowledge were strongly encouraged from the outset. Today, it is by no means an overstatement to claim that the Bridge Alliance leads our world in science and exploration. Each day, we push the limits of our understanding further in each and every domain.
Could you give me your understanding of the relations between the congregation and the bridge?
Our relations hang essentially on the quality of our trade and commerce. The exchanges are very profitable, especially on the cultural front. I will not hide from you that we have hoped you would join our number for quite some time. But your princes insist on maintaining a neutral stance between the congregation and the other nations on the continent. It is by all means a respectable position, even if it means you also trade with our enemies.
In search of followers, primes, and views. Come on, Big Follows, come. Big
The Bridge
Follows,
Alliance
come.
has been on Tier 4D for much
URL.
longer than we have. What can you tell me?
It is true that we founded Hikmet, our newest city, around 15 years ago now. Alas, I haven't been able to go there myself. I can only tell you what others have reported to me. It is a luxurious island. An enormous dead volcano thrones in its center. The vegetation is extremely varied, and the fauna wondrous. We discovered animals that we had never ever seen before. Some are bigger than houses. But they're not the only occupants of the island. A savage and crude people also live there, who speak an incomprehensible language. But you shall discover all of this for yourself soon enough.
And what of your war with Ptolemy?
It has been dragging on. In fact, it has been dragging on for years. It is madness. If those bigots hadn't gotten it in their heads to convert the entire continent, we wouldn't be in this situation. But that's the way of the world. We shall not waver, whether here or on Tier 4D.
Have you been fighting battles there as well?
From what I've been told, Ptolemy has wisely and tastefully built their colony far from our city. Direct conflicts are in fact quite rare. But one day they will inevitably take place.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
The merchant is there. To my help! And death to the others! Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
Good day, good sir. How might I be of service?
You can start by explaining to me why you refused to honor the orders agreed upon with the guard.
There's been a misunderstanding, sir. Of course we're ready to honor the orders. In fact, I've already had a word with your master-at-arms.
They're asking that we pay again, despite having already paid.
It's just that the price has gone up since. I've nothing to do with it.
This is inadmissible. If you agree on a sum, you need to honor that agreement.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm just an agent. And I'm only obeying orders.
Why don't we go and solicit other suppliers, Kurt?
When we've already paid for the merchandise? If these thieves agree to reimburse the original payment, it's what we do immediately. And do know, in the future, we won't be shopping with them. Well, I should think not.
Your master has apparently asked you to demand a second payment for this merchandise.
That's right. He told me that their attendant seemed to be hiding something when he passed the order. And so he must have thought the guard would end up paying in the end, whatever he asked for.
I'll be damned. And I'm the one they've sent to settle the affair.
Sorry, Captain, it's nothing personal. I'm only following orders.
Following orders? Yeah, we hear you. Makes one wonder which one of the two of us is a coin guard.
This whole story sounds suspicious and stinks of a scandal. You're demanding a second payment but refuse to reimburse the one that was already made.
I'm not the one demanding nor refusing. It's my master.
This stubborn fool is pushing me to madness. You understand now why I'm asking for your help?
I don't think you understand who you're dealing with. Perhaps I failed to present myself properly. Lord de Sardet, nephew of the Prince d'Orsay and legate of the Congregation of Merchants. During our conversation, you explained to me that your master forced you to commit a crime. That's regrettable, especially as you will be considered his accomplice in extortion, theft. You know as well as I that the Congregation does not tolerate such illegal activities.
But I'm only obeying orders.
That is a shame. Well, as orders are the only language you seem to understand, I order you to return the guard the merchandise, without delay. Unless you'd rather your master is hung and that you finish your days in prison.
I beg your pardon, sir, but you are not my master. Moreover, the attendant of the guard was quite specific, saying this affair should be handled with extreme discretion. So I seriously doubt that you'll be wanting to drag us in front of a judge. That would stir up the muck.
Whatever is he talking about, Kurt?
Your guess is as good as mine.
This is preposterous. Your master is a thief. I have no patience for bandits and robbers. Either you give us back what's ours, or we'll take it.
Your idea of diplomacy isn't all that different from my own.
To the devil with ya.
Since you leave us no choice.
The merchant's clerk isn't hearing your arguments. The only thing left is a show of strength. Sorry, Greenblood. If I'd have known, I wouldn't have gotten you mixed up in this. about to get dicey. You're running out of energy. Drink a potion.
Stop! I beg of you.
He seems to have grown wiser all of a sudden.
Yes, yes. Don't hit me anymore.
Very well. I'm counting on you to deliver this merchandise as quickly as possible.
Yes, good sir. I'll take care of it immediately.
Selection, whatever you need to be.
Sir Desade, I presume. It is an honor to make your acquaintance. Captain, you set sail soon. Have you seen to our little business?
Yes, we were finally able to recover your merchandise.
Excellent news. I'm afraid, though, that your mission isn't completely finished, Kurt.
Blast me, I'm a captain, not an errand boy.
The commander was quite explicit.
Very well. What do I need to do?
The merchandise that you obtained needs to be sent to Tier 4D as soon as possible. But the Port Authority formalities for shipping take an eternity to wade through. And we've already lost quite a bit of time with this dishonest merchant.
Are you blatantly asking us to smuggle this merchandise in contraband?
I would never ask you to do such a thing, Your Excellency.
Ah, but you don't mind asking that of Kurt?
Well, now, if he finds an alternative solution that is less, illegal, that would be fine. The method matters not. But this cargo must reach the Isle on the next ship.
Marvelous.
Well then, I await your return with utmost impatience. I'm certain you shall do what's required.
Lively there, lads and lasses! I promised the merchants and their prince we'd be off before the tide. You, man, carry that properly. That porcelain is worth more than your life. There's some children we'd been best to refuse.
Captain Vasco.
And you are?
I'm de Sardet, the prince's nephew. If all is in order, we will soon be embarking on your boat.
It's a ship, not a boat.
Apologies.
Apologies for my asking, but the young governor isn't with you.
He didn't come home this morning. I need to find him before departure.
I hope nothing's happened to him or he hasn't changed his mind. The tide does not wait.
Perhaps he simply celebrated his imminent departure with a little too much enthusiasm. Is everything ready?
We're short a crew member. The cabin boy is missing. But have no fear, we will leave without him if he does not present himself before the tide.
Is he an important member of the crew?
We don't need him for sailing or navigation. He's only a cabin boy.
He must have simply had a bit too much to drink in celebrating his departure. Like another I know.
I doubt that. Jonas was never one to fancy drink. And it's been 2 days since last he was seen. No, I fear something bad has happened to him. Might I ask you, if you hear anything, could you report it to me? I would like to set sail with a clear mind.
When did you see your cabin boy for the last time?
It's been 2 days since I've had any news at all. It wasn't out of the ordinary until this morning. My men have free shore leave when we're at dock. But the day of departure, every able-bodied sailor must be present on the ship.
Does the boy know anyone in Serene?
Other than fellow Nords, you mean? I don't think so, but it's difficult to be sure.
This Jonas, does he have any close friends amongst the crew?
In tradition, we are all members of the same family. But yes, there would be Flavio and Laura.
Might I have a word with them?
As you wish. You'll find them over there, in port.
Have you seen anyone wandering about? Suspicious looking. Maybe clandestine passengers?
Take a look around. There are far too many comings and goings to spot possible stowaways. As long as they don't try and get on my ship, I pay no attention to them. That said, we did catch ourselves a smuggler just a while ago.
A smuggler? Maybe he could be of some use. Where could I find him?
In the port jails, not far from the warehouses. Might I ask you, why the sudden interest in smugglers and the odd stowaway?
Nothing to bother yourself about. I'm just curious.
You wouldn't, by the sheerest of coincidences, be on the trail of a couple of heretics, Your Excellency. The same a couple of the ambassadors of Teleme's men have been looking for nigh on 2 days.
And so you know about that?
Of course. The Cardinal's henchmen are hard to miss, even in a crowd. And they were making quite a fuss, hoping we would cave in and help them in their hunt. Feel free to carry out your own investigation, but you'll end up with the same answers. The port brigs, just like the warehouses, are property of the Nords. No one else may enter.
You haven't heard anything about my cousin by chance, have you? To be honest, we were hoping to find him here.
Did you say he was intending on celebrating his departure? My men spoke of a rather animated party that went down at the Coin Tavern, but I haven't heard anything else.
That isn't the safest place in the city. I hope nothing has happened to him.
Let's go and find him. Thank you, Captain.
Happy to be of some help.
I have a favor to ask before we leave.
I'm all ears.
We would like to load some merchandise into your ship's hold.
Impossible. You're too late for that. All merchandise must be registered at the Port Authority, and the formalities are long. So, unless you're asking me to turn smuggler and hide contraband on my vessel...
I wouldn't go that far. We're only talking about a few crates after all.
Well then, they'll have to wait. The next ship for New Serene leaves in a month.
Hellfire. If that shipment doesn't leave today, the commander will have my hide.
Captain, I understand your position, but isn't there some way we can get these crates on board?
I doubt it. Even if I wanted to help you, my quartermaster is a half-crazed bridge troll. He's gotten into his head that a gang of ruffians want to use my ship to pass contraband over to Tier 4D. He's placed guards where our cargo is being held before being loaded. All that is not in the warehouse, and noted on the manifest, will be left on the docks. Sorry, but your crates are gonna have to wait until the next ship sets sail.
Sorry, Kurt. At least we tried.
The commander is gonna have my head. I'm sure that's what he wanted in giving me this impossible task.
In that case, we're going to have to dock to the manifest ourselves. It must be at the Harbour Master's office. Be back soon, Captain.
We need to have a word with that people smuggler the sailor mentioned.
He's a captain, Kurt, like yourself. And in order to interrogate the smuggler, we'll need to find a way into his jail.
Of this smuggler is filthy. But perhaps we'll discover some useful information.
Good day. Someone told me that you're a friend of Jonas's, the young cabin boy who's gone missing.
That's right, yeah. Are you looking for him?
Yes. Your captain asked me to go and find him.
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously. What can I do for you?
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening. We went to have a drink in the tavern. Jonas, Lauro, and myself.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
Maybe a tad troubled. Like he was somewhere else.
Why would that be? Give me your best guess.
Boy, I haven't the faintest idea.
What does Jonas do in his free time, when you're on land?
He just hangs around here or there. You know the cabin boys don't have half a sailor's wages. And when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good old Lauro.
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine. One drink lasts him the whole night.
Does he know anyone in Serene?
No one, far as I know.
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart and he steers clear of trouble and troublemakers.
I don't know where to start with this. Do you have any idea?
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear that the boy was carried off by thugs.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, he drinks a little more than he should. The itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than others, and when you drink too much, the imagination wanders. Here, yesterday, it was me who tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice by the canal. I called back to him, as you guessed, but then nothing. Drink. It blurs the senses.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a damn good navigator, and an excellent leader of men. He knows his craft well, in spite of being so young.
How old is he?
He's not seen his 25th year yet. If he keeps it up, he'll be an admiral one day.
I need to be going. Farewell. Could I trouble you again?
Have you found Jonas?
Not yet, but I haven't given up. About that. I need to be going. Farewell. Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know the missing cabin boy well. Is that right?
You talking about Jonas? You bet your stars I know him. But like I've been crying to the 9 deaf winds, he didn't go missing, he was taken.
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had a few tumblers in the belly, I hadn't yet lost my head. The other day, in the tavern, I saw him talking to a well-dressed man, surrounded by some other sly ruffians. And then when we left, him and I, Flavia left a little earlier, you understand. Well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him like that. Grabbed his arms and poof. Gone. Vanished.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe me. But my legs betrayed me. Wavering they were. and I fell into the gutter.
Did you report this to the captain?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even Flavia treated me like a drunken fool. And the captain? No, not telling him that. I still have some pride left, you get me?
Did Jonas seem troubled to you, the night you disappeared?
Maybe. For sure he wasn't his usual self.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No. No idea.
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas is a gentle boy who keeps his head down. You think my story is nothing but mess too, don't you?
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom for a cabin boy. Did anyone else see the kidnapping?
There was still a small crowd in the tavern. But outside, I seem to recall that regular being there. We play cards with him from time to time. Kind of fellow who plays from morning to night time to be that skilled. But now and again he comes out. When nature calls, you know. I kind of remember his face being there.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a just man who knows his knots. He's well appreciated by the crew. It's a pity that he hasn't much heart for laughs now and again. Always seems unhappy, our captain.
Thank you, Lara. I need to be going.
Strange story, this is.
Something isn't right here, I can feel it. We need to lift the veil on this.
Tavern keeper.
I see you're back. Can I pour you something this time?
I'm looking for my cousin. His name is Constantine. I believe he was intent on celebrating his departure last night.
There was indeed a party here last night, but it ended badly.
Whatever do you mean?
A brawl broke out. My tavern was shattered, and no one's paid for the damages.
I'm sorry. Amongst the rebel rousers, did there happen to be a young man? 20 years of age, hair down to his neck, light brown, blue eyes, quite the talker.
I don't believe it. Of course he was there. He's the man that started the fight. I hope you've come to reimburse me. Don't count on me to help you if that's not the case.
What kind of damage are we talking about exactly?
A good half of my furniture was broken into firewood. I piled up the lot over there.
Let me take a look. Perhaps it can be repaired.
If you can fix it, I'd be obliged. If not, you'll need to pay.
That's not a small sum. I need to think about my options.
Oh, the father has forgotten to give his son his allowance, it would seem.
I'm looking for a Naut. A young cabin boy who's been missing roll call for 2 days now.
A Naut, you say? That's not a lot to go on. There are quite a few that come to my tavern.
According to one of his fellows, he would have been taken right here.
A kidnapping? In my establishment? You surely jest. Or at least I hope you do. I would have noticed. That doesn't hold water.
Someone told me about one of your faithful clients. A big gambler, it would seem.
I see. An able-bodied man. Passes his time lightening the pouches of sailors coming through.
Where might I find him at this time?
Here? He would never give away his chair at his table. Anything else?
I need to be off.
Farewell.
Goodbye.
Who are you? I don't recognize you. Am I in your debt?
No. Have no fear about that. It's for a different reason that I am here. I'm looking for a Naut that disappeared 2 days ago, after visiting this establishment. A young cabin boy. 2 members of his crew accompanied him.
Yes, that does ring a bell. I've played with the 3 of them.
What can you tell me about the boy? How was he that night?
He seemed rather nervous, as if he was worried about something. Didn't feel like playing, that I remember. And he must have been right to be nervous, if he's disappeared.
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in, with a band of strong arms. The kind of men you can round up for a few coins, if you catch my drift. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive, not sitting pretty. And then they finally left.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather. I needed some fresh air. And I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. But that was none of my business. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him, if that's what it was. They weren't particularly rough with him.
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in, with a band of the kind of I wouldn't have thought.
Who was the rich merchant, do you think? A jilted lover? A moneylender?
No, sir. You are in luck. It so happens that I know the man. It was Sir Fontaine, that merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal. A stone's throw from the Thélème embassy.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
This man is completely owned by his love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he gain from lying?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
Might I help you, sir?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly receive you. Enter, please.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here. But
it concerns a delicate matter. According to witnesses, he had an...
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong... He has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but...
Don't you see, Your Excellency?
I am very surprised. Several witnesses confirmed that and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force.
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe...
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it's their testimonies that have led me...
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other... A gesture that your drunkards must have
What was your son doing on a Naut ship? Why would...
It is what they do. Through pacts and...
What are you talking about?
I would have thought that a legate would know these things. But it seems that you have been protected from the turpitudes of our own nation. This horrible, constant ransoming that they put us through. You will have no trouble verifying the details now that you...
Where might I find your son?
I cannot say, Excellency. Until the Naughts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from...
This pact. It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Naughts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
Excuse me, madam, but I haven't quite...
If you would be so courteous, I would like you to leave.
With respect, my lady.
Sir, you still haven't found your cousin. As you will.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to...
I'm still without news of my cabin.
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy.
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted. His parents were required to give him up, to honor the terms.
A contract? But what kind of contract?
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the... In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before... I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't even... But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents, and ever since, he's been a naught. Our ships are his home.
Be back soon, Captain.
You see anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Naught?
Sir de Corsillion's a veritable well of scientific knowledge. He could tell us a little more.
But I still don't see Constantine at your side.
Don't worry. We'll find him in...
I certainly hope so. Oh.
I've had a word with Lady Fontaine. You must know her. She told me a strange story about her son. She said that he was taken when he was a child.
Who was a cabin boy?
They took him back to Britain.
Well, that is very unpleasant news, de Sade. We need to do... Since time immemorial, there's always been a certain children born on their ships belong to them. It's the... But certain contracts are so important that they also require children. From time to time, the congregation has passed such accord. And certain...
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son because of some agreement signed between...
No. That pact ended a long time ago. This cabin boy couldn't have been a part of that contract. But Sir Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange?
Well, he probably did it before the birth of the child, and regretted it after. What counts most is that you bring the boy back. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly.
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides. For ugly, that is ugly.
Lady Fontaine didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us.
This document mentions another property. A warehouse.
That would be a great place to hide. Shall we take a peek?
Excuse me, madam.
If you would be so...
With respect, my lady.
Here we are. Be careful. Fontaine won't be alone. He'll have his henchmen with him.
Let's just try to remain discreet.
Sir de Sade, what are you doing here?
I've come looking for your son. The Naughts are worried about his disappearance.
Those Naughts took him from us, but now we've got him back, and he'll be staying with us.
Would you be so kind as to hear what I have to say, Sir Fontaine? I looked into the contract that binds you to the Naughts. It was indeed you who ceded your son to them in exchange for help with...
It is so. But that sort of contract is ignoble. I never...
You should have thought of that before. Breaking the contract could have regrettable consequences for...
The Prince will know how to negotiate with the Naughts.
Her sadness would be all the more terrible if she learned of your role in the story.
You wouldn't dare tell...
You're not leaving me with a choice.
Very well. Take the key and take him away. Curse.
All children leave the nest one day or another, sir. Farewell. Locked.
Who are you?
My name is de Sade. Your captain has sent me to find...
Were you able to convince my...
Yes.
That doesn't surprise me. I feel more sorry for my mother.
You don't seem to be all that close to your...
I hadn't seen them since I was 5 years old. They find me, capture me, and lock me up in this warehouse. My family is the Naughts. I am sorry for my parents, but that...
Yes. You should still go and say farewell to your mother. Then...
Sir, you still haven't found your cousin?
Have no fear. I will bring him...
My cabin boy.
You do. It's a rather sad affair, and those...
All we can do is plot a course. I do thank you. Your actions bring you on.
Be back soon, Captain.
If you wore a Nort uniform and you were able to keep your mark hidden from them, they might let us in. Unless we just offered them a drink. These sailors rarely refuse one.
I see where this is headed. If we drop a little soporific in their glasses, the way will be clear. I'll just need to find the proper ingredients, but it's doable.
You cannot pass. Only the Norts have access to the prison.
Halt! The warehouse is off limits. Move along.
Can't you make an exception?
No. Sorry, sir. Move along, please. Now!
Very well. I'm going.
Greenblood, do you need something?
I wondered if you ever felt lonely.
I always do.
I hope to have kept you good company for all these years.
And I valued your friendship. But I thought you were a fur. And to be honest, you and Constance. Anything else?
I must leave you.
have any idea how to get in there without being noticed?
Let's take a look around the building. We might find a less conspicuous entrance.
Where is the manifest to be found?
I've already been to the port authorities. They keep the official documents upstairs.
To my help! And death to the others! You're running out of energy. Drink a potion. Move away. Things are about to get dicey.
Here's the ship's manifest. We only need to add our merchandise to the list.
So, you still haven't found your cousin?
Have no fear.
Be back soon, Captain.
Captain, sir, we were given orders to wait here with the merchandise.
You're going to have to wait. We need to find a way to clear...
GreedFall through. Welcome. It's such a... Have you seen anything? Thank you for your visit. See you soon.
Hello? What can I do for you?
We're the relay. You're dismissed.
Finally! We were starting to grow moss. Courage, me hearties. The path is clear. We should notify the men. They need all the time they can get.
Well now, can we get going?
The way is clear.
Do your best to be quick and quiet about it.
Don't you be worrying.
The warehouse is at the end to the right there.
Move out, quick.
I've seen a...
Are you the smuggler?
You snuck yourself in here just to ask if this is some sort of trick to get me to admit to some crime.
You can see for yourself that I'm no naught. Come now.
I'm already locked up. Yes, I am a...
I'm searching for a couple fleeing to Leme. Have they contacted you?
You certainly can't imagine I'm going to answer you. I don't really think of my clients as kin.
A real saint you are. How about... Tell me where I can find them and I'll...
That works for me. Your two Telemites. They must be waiting for me. But you might want... If the Naughts get their hands on them, they'll find...
Thank you.
Come on now. Let me out. You promised. Please.
Who is there?
May the Illuminated save us.
The man to which you are referring was arrested and thrown into...
Have you come to deliver us to the... Please, please, have pity on... We are not heretics. We are...
In that case, why is the ambassador of Telemes? Why is the Inquisition looking for...
Our only error was one...
It's true. We presented our research, but it didn't please the censor. And...
We fled all the way to Serene, thinking that the Inquisition wants to silence us so...
Tell me more about your research. What about it is so...
Our work concerned
the disciple of Saint Mateus. The one who returned to Teleme after...
The very same. His writing was kept...
With the discovery of Teofredi, we thought it crucial to take a look at... We wanted to verify if this island could have been the faraway place that he spoke of.
And?
Teofredi is without any doubt the land that our saints... But the text that we discovered was...
In the original text, St. Lucius doesn't speak of he speaks of a voice that came from the depths of the earth.
It was written in black and white.
I understand now what that This voice from the depths sounds more the power of a...
The sacred texts are always difficult.
Who were you hoping would give you asylum?
We were hoping to reach Al-Sad. The Inquisition won't...
Our research won't interest the Bridge Alliance, or at least I doubt it.
By entering Al-Sad as clandestines, you risk being taken...
That would be better than being...
Did you try speaking with the censors? You could...
Oh, we have signed already an abjugation stating that we were even ready to say that we had never seen the true text. Or any...
It served no purpose.
I see. Well, you have no other choice.
I beg of you, please do not deliver...
I don't have the heart... You're speaking...
Oh, thank you for having heard us and helped. You are truly full of kindness.
You have a kind heart, Greenblood. It'll be the end of you, but that doesn't bother me. I wouldn't have wanted those poor buggers to end up on a burning pyre.
It would seem that I'm not the only one with a tender heart.
Good day, Excellency.
Sir de Sade.
It pains me to inform you that the heretics you seek...
Curse them!
Alas, these renegades have found protection. I would not have been able to capture them without risking a diplomatic incident that my uncle...
The bridge. But I had hoped that you might intervene quickly enough. We have nothing else to do but pray that...
I must be going. Farewell, Excellence.
May the light...
The furniture is in terrible condition. The fight must have been extremely violent.
It looks as if it's fixable. I've seen worse. We'll need to build some metal dowels, but once done, we can make them like new.
And there you have it. You'd never guess they were once broken.
Well then, were you...
Yes.
That does indeed.
I would hope.
You're dangerous fellows.
What kind of business does...
Several, actually, and they're all illegal. In any case, if you were set on recovering your cousin...
Thank you for the information.
Off with ya. Get him out of whatever mess. Anything else?
I need to be off.
Goodbye.
Any idea who I am?
That vulture of a tavern master was right. It is Constantine's voice. It's coming from the...
It sounds as if he's locked up.
And I have a feeling they're expecting company. Be careful. The slightest itchy word to these brutes will have them drawing blades to scratch it.
Negotiation may be the solution. As you say, this breed of brutes won't spit on ransom money.
What a waste. I'd rather sneak around them than give half a coin to these seedy fellows.
It's blocked.
Posters we posted, someone with deep pockets will show up sooner or later to liberate the rooster. He's making a great deal of noise. We could knock him out, or gag him.
Well, this has been monumentous, gentlemen, but I have more important things to attend to. An island to govern, treaties to sign, riches to expedite, and a demanding father to impress.
Constantine, it's me!
My dear cousin! Oh, my lucky star! Always there to pull me out of my fires.
I do what I can. We're departing soon. Your father wasn't pleased by your absence this morning.
Have you ever seen him happy about anything when it comes to me? You know what he thinks of me.
He cares about you, I know that. He appointed you governor, didn't he?
He is ridding himself of a source of constant disappointment. Enough said. Today we set sail for adventure. If you only knew how these river scum treated me. Do me a courtesy, good cousin. Now that we stand boldly alongside the brave Kurt, let's give them their money's worth.
They haven't spotted us. We could sneak out of here silently. We have a ship to board.
You've always been the reasonable sort. Don't you think these brutes deserve a punishment?
Yes, without a doubt. But don't you think there are more pressing matters? Kurt.
It is your highness's decision to make. Whatever it is, I shall follow.
sir?
Constantine d'Orsay, future governor of Tir-Fredi. I'm enchanted, Captain.
Enchanted as well, Your Highness.
Are you ready?
We should be able to set sail with the tide, as it...
Permission to board the ship. We are ready.
Certainly. But keep in mind that we'll be at sea. If you have any farewells to make or any final business to put into order...
No, my house is in order. We are ready to...
Perfect. Follow.
I am so eager to discover Tir-Fredi. My isle, my new city.
You'll need to arm yourself with patience. The voyage will be long. I've been told the trip lasts months.
And they say the place is full of gigantic creatures. As big as buildings.
That's right. I heard a rumor the Nauts even brought one back in one of their ships.
I doubt that. The Nauts are strange, but they're not idiots.
The beast is awoken!
Those conniving, pista-stilling, bridge-building liars. The creature was supposed to be out for days. They'll pay for this.
What the hell manner of cargo are you transporting?
Help! We need ropes! We must contain it!
Come on, let's lend them a hand.
Watch out! Take a step back, sir!
Cut! Captain! Keep my cousin safe!
Greenblood, how do you fare?
Fine, fine. It is dead.
Are you wounded?
I'm well. Your lessons have proven effective.
I've never seen a beast this size. It's quite extraordinary.
Cousin, what a fight. You were illustrious.
I'm not of the same mind. I had the feeling it was already weakened. I did nothing more than finish it off.
Your humility remains a constant. But believe me, that battle was absolutely epic.
Gentlemen! Your cousin's enthusiasm is most impressive.
This journey is his long-awaited chance to prove his worth. He has a demanding father.
More likely he's just happy to be free of this hornet's nest.
I definitely know I am. That's certain.
Stations, lads! Weigh anchor and ready her to wear! Lively now, lively! Catch me a wind!
What a charming welcoming committee. Gentlemen, I am Constantine of House Orsay, your new governor. I have no idea what sort of ceremony you've prepared for my arrival, but I would gladly skip it, so... Indeed, these are rather peculiar customs. I see, it seems you are quite intent on serving me a drink. Hello? Cat got your tongue, gentlemen? Would it be those annoying beaks?
I am truly sorry. These doctors should have shown a greater measure of courtesy. Thank you, dear doctors. Move along. Don't trouble the Nauts. Pay no attention to them. Instead, just drink. The long voyages at sea require the appropriate treatment as soon as we land. According to our scientists, without fortifiers, you might catch your death, and that would be quite regrettable.
I should have chosen death. This concoction is liquid torture.
I would think that they would have warned you on the ship.
No, not in the slightest. And you must be Lady Morange, my predecessor.
You are correct.
There you are! To your health. Aha! You got your dose of bile too. Allow me to present to you Lady Morange, and to you, my dear lady, my most trusted cousin. Where is the captain?
He seems to be preoccupied with some sort of admiral.
Indeed. Then I will have to thank him later for this most marvelous voyage. Excellency, lead me to the palace, I beg you. And, whenever possible, go by way of all the intriguing alleyways. I am dying with impatience to discover this new city. My city!
Your Excellence! We must wait for our escort!
No need.
Have no fear, for I am here to defend you, my lady.
I've been scullied.
How so?
My admiral laid me off.
My cousin was nonetheless delighted with your services. I hope there was no misunderstanding.
None, I'm sure of it. She just ordered me to give you any assistance you might need.
This request doesn't seem to please you.
Don't take offense, but it's not pleasant for a captain to abandon his ship. In any case, here I am at your service, for a while.
Come closer, good people. Liqueur and wine from the continent. Tier for alcohol.
Well, I'll be damned, it's Captain Kurt.
Manfred!
Always, as you can see.
We've come to find you regarding the merchandise that Kurt was taking.
Ah, the commander's cargo. And so he's got you working on this. Lucky Kurt.
Is everything in order?
Alas, our merchandise has been unloaded into one of those docks. They're well guarded. A little less at night, but in spite of that, we weren't...
Since these crates are registered in the ship's manifest...
The modification of the manifest might have fooled a quartermaster, but we'd have too many details to explain to them, and our commander would...
What? Is he waiting for us to bring them to him?
No, of course not. But Kurt needs to find the right storehouse, as well as a discreet... And he must also mark the crates that...
Why is that? They're already marked for...
Most of the men are illiterate. A coloured mark will stick out, but they need to be quick about it. They won't have the time to...
I see. Well, let's see what we're able to do.
Is there anything else?
No, thank you.
My ship's being used to move your contraband, and now you want to sneak into one of our warehouses.
Kurt was given the order. If we want to help him, we don't have a choice.
I don't like this. But, since I've been sacked, let's just say that this will be a little bit of revenge.
How are we to know in which warehouse we'll find this damn cargo?
I'm afraid we're going to have to take a look at all of them.
That won't be necessary. My entire cargo has been placed in the warehouse closest to my ship.
I need a bit of practice. No, these aren't the right crates. No, these aren't the right crates. No, these aren't the right crates. Here are the crates we've been looking for. It appears that one of them has been broken. It's full of weapons.
That doesn't seem right. It is our clients that supply us weapons on Tier-3D.
You didn't know what was in the crates?
No. I don't concern myself with the commander's business. I should take a look into this. I have some friends here that must know what this is all about.
Let me know what you discover. Now, let's mark these crates and get going. No, these aren't the right crates.
Come closer, good people. Liqueur and wine from the continent.
Hello, Your Excellency.
We have found a way into the storehouse and we have marked all of the crates.
Perfect.
One of the crates was damaged. I was quite surprised.
Really? To be honest, I received the order to deliver them as soon as Kurt accomplished his mission, without, for what it's worth. And I hope you can accept this modest token.
If you have another moment, Your Excellency, I would like to ask you, we have a serious problem that I did not hear of until recently.
I'm listening.
I was told that some of our soldiers have been extorting large sums under the pretext of finance.
Are you telling me that the guard is extorting?
Indeed. Some merchants have been assaulted.
I hope you don't intend to conceal this information.
Oh no, certainly not, Your Excellency. We intend to punish, but the merchants refuse to give us the slightest testimony. We won't be able to put a stop to these crimes.
Count on me. No, thank you.
forge in tier... Greetings. If you're looking for the best steel, you're in... And if you have a special request...
I'm currently investigating an extortion... Are you one of the merchants who...
No, not at all. And I've never heard of this business.
Really? Come on. If you want these guards to be around...
I mean no offence, but you won't be able to do anything. I want to hold on to my business. And my life.
I was told that someone found a merchant's body.
Of course. The town isn't that big. Poor Renault. We found his body on the street. One of his associates, half-heartedly...
Have the culprits been found?
No. Listen. Nobody... It's been months since it happened. An investigation...
You are obviously a victim of these bandits. One of your people is dead.
It's precisely because one of our... Now, you can either buy something, because I am not going to say one more word.
The law of silence is at work. Nobody saw anything, nobody knows anything.
The best forge in tier 3D! Blades, armour, locks, custom pieces made to order!
Come closer, good people. The cure... Sire, I am pleased if you're looking for something to accompany a fine meal.
Thank you, but I'm not... I'm conducting an investigation.
Are you sure? It's...
Come now. I'm the legate of the congregation.
If threats? No.
I was told a merchant had been found.
Really? Oh, I didn't know.
Come on, don't take me for a fool.
I don't? Really? I don't. So, what sort of wine would you...
You're obviously terrified. Don't you think...
Listen, I've no desire to get into trouble.
But if you don't help me, you will never...
I told you, I don't know what you...
Excellency, it is an immense honor for me to be of... What might I do for you?
I'm conducting an investigation. Apparently...
Really? That's...
As legate, it is my duty to ensure the safety, so please...
I don't know anything. Really? My partner, who ran the shop before me...
And you fear the same thing happening?
This is what happens around here.
If you denounce them, we could end this and...
I can't take that risk. Also, I would not be able to name them. What we need is the money to return. Do you understand?
I have a plan to stop the culprits, but I'm going... The next time one of these guards comes to squeeze money out of you, the man will threaten you, of course, and he will certainly... But when they come back in full force to make you pay for your audacity...
And if your plan fails, I'll end up like Renault.
Are you not tired of giving them your share of the profit? And do you not want to avenge...
Poor Renault. He didn't deserve it. I will do what you ask of me. But
Fear not. We will not let them harm you.
It's hard to predict. Given their habits...
Perfect. I will...
Thank you for your visit. See you soon.